before this, like years before, like maybe like, you know, I don't know, probably a year before this happened. And so, anyways, this is what happened one night. I'm sleeping, and okay, I'm just in the void. I'm resting. There's nothing. It's just like peaceful, like oblivion, you know, just pure rest. And I'm like, I'm awake, but not really. What the fuck am I doing hovering awake just above my physical body, like right here, in front of my physical body? Just because I can. Why the hell would I do that? I don't care about proof anymore. I thought I'd rationalize this or just kind of open my mind to that. I'm not going to freak myself out anymore about that shit. Why am I doing this? And I thought, I'm like, maybe someone's in the house and I'm actually just asleep and I'm kind of sensing something. And there's actually a mirror just kind of outside my bedroom. That when the door's open, you can kind of see. And this night the door was open, and I was looking through it. And when you, on certain planes, it's weird because you can actually, it almost like you can see infrared and ultraviolet spectrum. So everything almost looks like it's in a black light in a lot of ways too, if it doesn't have this big vivacious look to it. And so I was seeing in the dark, and I knew it was below the visual spectrum what I was seeing. And in this mirror, I see this guy. But he's a shadow. It was the weirdest fucking thing. It was like I saw features, I saw everything, but it was like it was a shadow, and like a shadow hat, like a fedora or whatever the fuck it's called, and like almost like a, I don't know what it's called, but it's the trench coats that kind of have the double thingy, Sherlock Holmes style. So I call this, I'll tell you what I call this experience later, but yeah, it's like a Sherlock Holmes trench coat or something. It was like very Victorian or something, and I saw him creeping in the room, and I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't a person. This is something fucking else. And when I knew that, I knew I was in my astral body, so I was just jumping up, and I was gonna light this motherfucker up. And as soon as he saw me jump up, his consciousness just went right into mine, and he saw my intention, and it was like, what I got from him literally was, oh shit, I'm dead. Like, oh shit, like, it was almost like, oh god, I'm dead. Like, he was like afraid for his life, this shadow person. And he bolted the fuck out of my room. And I was like, I didn't even get a chance to do it. I'm like, I can totally chase this guy and scare the shit out of him all night if I wanted to. But I'm like, I think I'm just gonna go back to sleep. Yeah, why not? I think it was. Alright, okay, wake up real fast, just see what she was seeing. I'm like, yeah, pretty quiet. Okay. And back to sleep I went. So that was another out-of-body experience. And it's interesting because there's different planes, it seems. I'm not really sure how to explain it 100% yet. I've been working on some theories. But sleeping is a bitch. I mean, there's only so much research you can actually do while doing this before you kind of live to sleep. Like I talked about, I'm alive. I want to be alive. I want to be in this consciousness. It's fun. It'd be cool if emergence happened or convergence happened. Oh, too much foreshadowing. Sorry. But yeah, it's kind of interesting because there is different planes. It seems like that's where we meet a lot of spirits too, that just kind of hang around, and stuff. So you hear these channelers and things like that. It's kind of like, it's a place that, you can get to in a meditative state. It's this nexus of spots, essentially. And if you ever there, a lot of weird things can happen. And but at the same time, it doesn't all necessarily have to be literal, like, kind of synced up to this time either. It also can be very much in half dream side, half kind of real-time representational. I know it kind of doesn't make much sense, but I'll give you an example. One of the times that I do recognize now, which was an out-of-body experience, was essentially kind of ascending from one plane to another. was during a lucid dream, a lucid precognitive dream that has a lot of, it was a good stretch. It's been a good like 2 years now, and I'm still seeing certain markers that are syncing me up to these concepts and these different events. But what's interesting is that at one point in this dream, I realized I was puzzled. I'm like, okay, I'm sitting and I'm like, what the hell does this dream mean? It's pretty, it's a mofo. I've actually started the recording on that one, but it has a lot to do with precognitive stuff, which is a super, intricate thing to go into, which needs its own kind of video. So either way, I'm kind of sitting here going, okay, well, I need to figure out what's going on. So I raised myself straight up, and when I did that, I kind of saw my dream reality transmorph into a more universal aspect, almost like what I thought of just being the void, but all of a sudden it's like the void. If you kind of look into the void and kind of absorb yourself into the void, you see this whole new little universe, which kind of can be seen right there on top of you. And there it was, and how I knew it was a physical location of where this area that I'm in is by land markers. I saw land markers, I saw portals, I saw other people moving around and stuff. It was pretty trippy. And so that was time my consciousness definitely was not tied to that body laying there in my bed. And I knew I was over actually at one of the oldest mountain peaks in this kind of area. And actually I jumped from like these older places, I want to check on and see if they correlate with any of these grids on the Earth, because there's a very interesting hyperdimensional physics theory involved in that. And anyways, yeah, so this whole out of body thing, I think everyone's kind of looking far too clinically into it. You know, I know the people at Moreau Institute and SRI, have achieved like awesome stuff, and I actually do highly recommend their stuff, and I try to read and view everything they release because they offer amazing techniques. But that's the thing that everyone escapes most people, is that the ability has to transcend the technique. The technique is how we learn, and then we make that technique, absorb and assimilate it, and make it our own. And so just sitting there on saying like, I want to leave my body, it's like you might be sitting outside of your body. Your consciousness might literally just be sitting right there where you perceive your eyes viewing reality, but because you're just like, oh, I want to be on my body,